So hello and welcome everyone. It's very exciting to be announcing the Fitness for Role project that the SES agencies, together with the National Hazard Research Australia, has been working on for some years. So it's been researched for about 10 years. All SES agencies have been involved, and we've had over 3,000 volunteers and members that have been involved in this research. What it's all about is looking after the health and safety of our volunteers. So they're asked to do demanding tasks when we're facing disasters, challenges, things like getting up on roofs, saving people in flood rescues, doing road crash rescue or bush search. And it's really important that we make sure they're fit, healthy and able to carry out their role. So this project will allow us to set standards to make sure that they're able to carry out that role and be safe at the end of the day and come back to help the community. They do many things to help the community and we want to make sure they're fit and ready for the role. So this project will allow us to set the minimum standards to support our members and then work with them in relation to their fitness to save people out of vehicles, as I say, and save people when they need us at the most. So a really important project and a really exciting day to be able to launch this across all state emergency service agencies across New South Wales. With that, I'll hand over to Andrew Gissing to talk about that research and how important it's been in setting these standards.
Thanks, Carleen. Hi to everybody. My name is Andrew Gissing from Natural Hazard Research Australia. It's great to be here with colleagues from the state emergency services across the country to really highlight research which has been so invaluable to this national project. So first of all, Natural Hazard Research Australia is Australia's natural hazards research capability. Our role is to build safer, more resilient communities through research which is useful, usable and ultimately used by organisations such as state emergency services across the country. I'd firstly like to say congratulations to everybody involved in this research, particularly those from the state emergency services that were so critical as end users and ultimately to translate and utilise this research. And then also our research team of experts that have provided the evidence. It's a great example of the impact that research funded by Natural Hazard Research Australia can have across our society to build a safer, more resilient and sustainable world in the face of worsening natural hazard risks. And in particularly in this context, the safety of SES volunteers. This work is extremely robust scientifically. We've got a great scientific methodology behind it. It's been led by researchers that are experts in human movement, and it's a fantastic example again of how research is used and how research can be done in collaboration with end user organisations to ensure that it becomes embedded and ultimately used. And finally, I'd like to say thank you again to the researchers and the SESs across the country for what is an amazing effort. So thank you.
Well, good afternoon everyone. It's terrific to see so many people here for this Fitness for Role launch. It's my privilege to be the chair of the AFAC SES Operations Group, and I'm joined by many of my peers from that group here today to launch the Fitness for Role project. As Carleen's already mentioned, this has been a project that's been on foot now for 10 years. And in particular, in the last 6 years, we've seen significant work undertaken with over 3,000 volunteers that have participated in surveying and testing to come up with the assessments that we're now going to be using in the coming years with our members. The Fitness for Role project will see 9 different assessments that our volunteers will undertake for a range of capabilities, and there's 13 capabilities that those assessments will go towards. Whether it's boating operations, whether it's storm and flood or road crash rescue. Each of these assessments doesn't require our members to be athletes or going to the gym every day of the week to achieve them. This is about minimum fitness requirements for our everyday capabilities. And so as recently as Monday and Tuesday this week here in Brisbane, our Fitness for Role working group met with a range of those that will become assessors in each of the jurisdictions. We had all the SESs represented from across Australia here in Brisbane undertaking those assessment tasks. They even included some of the senior leaders that you see here today undertaking those assessments to again demonstrate that it's really practical and straightforward for the level of activities that we're requiring of our volunteers. These assessments are going to roll out nationally over the next 2 years, and we plan to do this together. We're learning from each other as we continue to develop each of these assessment tools, but it has already seen great reception from our volunteers that have participated both in the testing and the piloting of these programs. There's always, I guess, a level of apprehension when you introduce something new like Fitness for Role into our organisations, but we want to reassure all of our members that this is really about minimum fitness standards. If you're doing those roles today, you will be able to undertake these assessments in the majority of cases. And so as we start to roll this out over the next 2 years, it'll be rolled out by their peers. We're training up volunteers to be the Fitness for Role assessors, and they will actually work with their local units to actually undertake those different capabilities. There's 7 land-based assessments, there's 2 on water assessments. Really practical, focused on our capabilities, and more importantly, backed by research, as you've just heard from Andrew. So we're really proud that together as SESs we've been able to pull this off, have a national fit for role process that no other sector like fire, police or ambulance have been able to achieve at this point in time. And so together over the next 2 years we look forward to rolling it out. And we're happy to take any questions.